Hi, everyone. I'm Mariela, and this is Food FAQ. How are you doing, Kiki?
I'm doing good, Marty. How was your day?
Pretty good. Can't complain. How's the weather?
It's getting warmer. So, I mean, this weekend, it's been in the 50s.
Nice.
So, like in the DC area, then Philly was like in the 50s. But this week coming up, it will be in the 80s. So.
Your favorite.
Yeah, that is my favorite. It is some of my favorite beverage time.
Beverage time is true, but you carry a personal air conditioner because you are like, ugh, oh, it's hot. I can't take it.
I can't. I do. I have a personal air conditioner. And when I lived in Manhattan, I used to carry that personal air conditioning on the subway with me.
I mean, I don't blame you. It's really nasty there in the summer in the subway.
It's really gross.
But to celebrate our summer kickoff, we're talking about daiquiris today and appetizers. I wanted to come up with a kitchen name for this, but I'm like daiquiris and crostinis.
I think that's perfect. That's like a perfect summer gathering. Daiquiris and crostinis. You can have a whole party on daiquiris and crostinis.
What isn't good that's like frosty and sweet and also on a slice of bread? Nothing.
No.
We want for nothing if you have these things.
Right, no. Some of the best entertainment is when you don't have to make a full meal.
That's right. And I like to eat a bunch of little things. That's my favorite way to eat.
Exactly.
But
like
anyway.
A bunch of appetizers.
So what do you have for me?
Okay. So.
Feed me.
All right. Let's start off with, we're going to start with crostinis. We're going to make everybody wait for the drinks. So let's go ahead and start off with crostinis. So I'm going to share with everybody my favorite crostini, Mariela. My favorite one. It's really, really simple. It is a blue cheese and honey crostini.
Oh, it's the best thing you ever made.
It is so good. And listen, for people that do not like blue cheese, so I love blue cheese. I'm a blue cheese fanatic. I can eat it right off the block. But for people who do not like blue cheese, try it. Mm-hmm. It really does work. So it's really simple. All you got to do is just get a thin baguette. Just go to your grocery store and just grab a baguette in the bakery. You're going to slice a baguette. Again, kind of thin. It's a little thin circles.
Like how thin? Like a quarter of an inch?
About a quarter of an inch. You want to make it thin enough because, you know, with a crostini, you know, you almost want to make it where you can just kind of like pop it in your mouth. Mm-hmm. It's going to be less messy that way.
Okay. And you toast it, right?
So what you're going to do is you're going to cut up the crostini, put it on a baking sheet, set your oven to about 350, and you're going to pour some olive oil over it. Put it in your oven while it's toasting. So only toast it for a couple minutes. Just want it crispy. So while it's toasting, go ahead and get one garlic clove, and you're just going to unravel that garlic clove, because when it comes out of the oven, you just take the bread and just rub it with the garlic clove. So you're not going to chop it up. Just rub it with the garlic clove.
So good.
Once it is done, you're going to get some really good blue cheese. So blue cheese is the main portion of this food, of this item, the main portion.
But wait. What are we talking? Like, okay, like a spreadable blue cheese, a crumbly blue cheese. There's so many.
So there are. So you want to get something that's a little bit, you know, what's funny? You can actually do it both. I've done it both ways. So the best time that I've had, the best flavor I've come up with is when you have the block of blue cheese and you slice it. So it's going to be a little crumbly. Okay. So you go ahead, you slice it up. You lay them right on top of the crostini. What I like to do is pop it back in the oven just for a minute, just to kind of get don't even melt it. Just to get a little bit soft. And then when it comes out, you're going to go ahead and get your favorite honey, and you're going to, just drizzle the honey all over this. And just the heat of the crostini is just going to sop up all that honey, and it's just going to lather itself all over the blue cheese.
Oh, these words.
So good. Go ahead and put it on a serving tray. That is it. It is a blue cheese honey crostini. It is great for entertainment. It is super portable. And what I've noticed is when I've served it at parties, it lasts. Like, it's not a food that you have to eat really fast. It lasts. And for people that do not like blue cheese, you have to try this.
I don't hate blue cheese. It's like a, you know, whatever. It's a non-cheese for me. I don't care. I don't find its flavor to be so like ridiculously amazing that it adds so much to anything. It's just the pungency of it. Is that a word? Pungency?
I would eat it off the block. I don't even.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Good.
But this, I would literally. Oh, smother, so slop up. These are the words you use. Yes, this is the things I want to do with this. This is delicious.
It is just so good because just the honey just gets kind of like sticky on it, and the blue cheese is just kind of soft and that warm crostini. And when it sits even for a little bit, like I said, the honey just gets all soaked up into the bread itself, and you just bite into it, and it's sweet. It's pungent from the blue cheese.
Yes.
It's crispy. It's creamy, salty. So you get all the opposite components into one.
Yes.
And this is so great. And what's great about it is blue cheese goes a long way. So you don't need a massive amount on this little crostini. Blue cheese goes a long way. So if you have one baguette, and I would say, you know, a quarter pound of blue cheese, you can get at least 25 crostinis out of this. So it's something inexpensive. Blue cheese can get a little pricey, but you don't have to go to a cheese shop. Just go to your local grocery store. Every grocery store has a specialty cheese section, and just grab a blue cheese you think is going to be favorite. And if you like a creamy blue cheese, use a creamy blue cheese instead also. It's whatever you like better. If you're new to blue cheese, you know, go ahead and use blue cheese, maybe not as pungent.
Yeah, because they kind of like, they're all over the place.
Right.
Blue cheese can be super mild or very, very pungent. Right. And this is the most memorable, I want to say the most memorable hors d'oeuvre that you've ever made, ever. And my husband even is like, man, those little breads are so good.
They are good. I'm telling you, people who don't like blue cheese. And I think it's because the honey kind of mellows everything out.
And it's perfect for summer because it's like a little bit, it's like a flirty, I don't know, it's a flirty little appetizer, you know, because it's a little salty, it's a little sweet. It's like nothing at the same time, but it is 100% delicious.
It's not too heavy. And I can tell you after you have a couple of them, like it's enough because it just really satiates what you're looking for in like a snack or in an appetizer.
Especially when you're drinking, right? You want something that tastes really good, but isn't too big.
And it'll make you thirsty. So.
The thirst trap. We're going to call it. All right. Well, I made a crostini too, although, I mean, they're both delicious, but I feel like yours is the superior crostini. I'm not going to lie.
This is the crostini to end all crostinis.
Yeah, like 1000%. But I did get creative. I made this myself at home and I like tested it a little bit. So I did the same thing with the baguettes. I went ahead and sliced it thinly. I toasted it. Then I got some whole milk ricotta. I placed about a tablespoon of it on top of the bread, some chopped pistachios, some chopped fresh dates, and then a healthy pinch of salt, like more than you think you would need. And for this, I would recommend a flaky salt or a thicker, like a kosher salt. The salt is what makes it. And it's also sweet and a little bit savory because ricotta cheese is kind of like a blank canvas. It's so bland. You can make it, and you can make it sweet or salty. And this makes it go both ways as well. It's similar to yours in that way. You don't need honey for this. I tried it with the honey. It doesn't work. It's too sweet, just like that. The salt is actually what makes this one shine. And then I decided, I had this extra amount of ricotta cheese on hand because this really didn't require very much. So I decided to use it, Eric, and I made a low calorie dessert with it.
Tell me about that.
And then I told you all about it. And then you tried it.
Right. We can go to my mess up in a minute. But...
So this is what I did. I took an equal amount of the full fat ricotta yogurt. I think full fat would be best. A Greek yogurt, right? Equal amounts. I sweetened it with your sweetener of choice. I use Splenda. I know nobody uses Splenda anymore, but I do. And I added, what else did I add to it? Oh, and 1 egg. I beat it all together. And then I put it in.
An egg to it.
Yeah, and added an egg to it. Did you not add an egg to it?
You did not tell me to add an egg to it. It was not in the recipe list that you gave me.
Oh, okay. Well,
all right, go on.
I'm sorry about that. Yes. So I added an egg and then I whisked it all together and I put it into ramekins and I put it in my air fryer at 400 for 14 minutes. And it's like a little like low-cal cheesecake situation. Amazing, Eric. And I know you tried it and apparently it didn't have an egg in it.
Right.
But why did yours look like eggs?
It didn't look like eggs. So I made mine. Well, there was 2 things. I used like a non-fat Greek yogurt.
The 90s knocking at your doorstep.
It was the 90s knocking at my door telling me that I'm still scared of fat. So because whatever, we're not going to get into it, but that that's natural really is not as horrible for you as anyways, whatever. We'll get into that another day. So I used non-fat Greek yogurt and then I used part skim ricotta because again, fat scares me from the 90s. And when I put it together, I made different types of flavors with it. I used different types of extracts and mine came out horrible, like an omelet. But that is because my much older friend, Mariela, did not remind me that there was an egg.
Oh,
that
man.
has to go in it. And it was funny because as I was making it, I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, like, what's the binder here? There's no binder.
Yeah, it's an egg. It's an egg.
Right.
Well, you have to listen to the podcast to find out.
You can eat this on FaceTime with me, and it did look really good.
It is delicious, and the texture is not exactly like cheesecake, but it's a very good dupe, and highly recommend. I'll put the recipe in the show notes, and you guys can have a use for your leftover ricotta cheese, because who wants to buy a bunch of stuff and not use it?
I think that's kind of interesting because ricotta is one of those ingredients that I'll use once and the rest will go bad.
Yeah, because what are you going to do? Like, just put on your coffee? Like, you can't, it's not like a thing that everyone uses all the time. So you can make this little dessert and not feel bad about it, because not that you should feel bad about anything, number one, but it's like something you can have that's super healthy, but delicious.
Exactly.
But what are we going to drink, yo?
Okay. So if everybody listened to the previous podcast, we talked about margaritas, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the best margaritas. Okay.
So we're going to turn that margarita into a daiquiri.
How are we going to do it?
Oh, no. It's the same exact recipe that I gave for the margarita. I am bringing back to life the frozen limeade concentrates.
You are.
That our boomer parents loved. Okay. So I'm bringing this back, and you're going to use the same lime frozen concentrate. Okay.
Does it have to be lime? I feel like a daiquiri is pink.
Good question. You're like one step ahead of me.
Sorry.
But if you want it to be a different flavor, they do have strawberry frozen concentrate also.
Yeah.
So they have all flavors of frozen concentrate, but they do have a frozen strawberry concentrate. I like lime just because when I think of summer, I think of citrus, and maybe that's just growing up in South Florida. I just think of all things citrus when I think of drinks. So I do the lime frozen concentrate. You take that can of lime frozen concentrate, put it in the blender, but instead of using tequila, you're going to use a white rum. So you want to make sure it's a clear rum.
Yeah.
You're just going to go ahead, measure out 1 can of that clear rum also. So just use the can with lime concentrate was in, pour clear rum in there, throw that in the blender, balance it with some water because you're going to have to balance that out. That's a really strong daiquiri. Balance that out with water, throw it in there. Now, Mariela.
Tell me.
Go ahead and now put in your frozen strawberries in. So you put your frozen strawberries in, put a little bit of sweetener of choice.
Like what?
It's
like
summertime.
Splenda?
Just use sugar, okay? Just use sugar. It's fine. Use sugar. There is quite a bit of sugar in that frozen lime concentrate, but just use sugar. Okay. Do not use anything like honey or anything like that. If you have a simple syrup, you can use a simple syrup as well, but you can.
How do you make that? I mean, I feel like people shy away from it, but it's really easy to make.
It's really easy. Just do equal cups sugar to equal cups water, and you just bring it to a boil, and you just let it simmer down until it's a syrup. Mm-hmm. You just when the water's fully evaporated.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. It's easy, but also an extra step. So.
Right. I've just used regular sugar in there.
And it works just fine.
It works just fine. You're going to blend it in the blender.
Yummy.
So throw some ice cubes in there also, blend it right up, and you have a daiquiri. So you can get a little fancy. You don't have to use a frozen lime concentrate. You can use actual lime juice, but I do not have time to juice a bunch of limes, and I don't like bottled lime juice.
Oh, it tastes so bad.
There's a taste to it.
Yeah.
And again, maybe that's just us coming from Miami that we know what a real lime tastes like.
Yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't, right? No? Really? Limes are particular to this region?
Well, I'm not a botanist, but I assume that...
You are a doctor, okay?
But I assume that, limes are tropical, so...
Okay.
Anyway. They're tropical. Like, lemons are Mediterranean, right? And the limes are tropical.
That's something for Google to answer maybe later. I don't know.
Someone can Google it. They can email us and tell us.
Tell me I'm wrong. I like it.
So throw that in there, blend it all up, and enjoy this daiquiri. You can do any fruit you want, Madi.
Yes,
So
the dragon fruit, which I love so
you
much.
can do your dragon fruit. So let's get into that. So let's talk about other fruits. So frozen dragon fruit, you can use frozen mangoes. You know, it's a really good one is to use frozen blueberries also. So any frozen fruit that you like and you find on sale, just grab it, grab a bag of it and try it out.
And how do we mocktail this? What do you think?
Mocktailing is really easy. So same thing, use your lime concentrate. Instead of using rum, go ahead, use lemon lime soda. You can use tonic water. You can use club soda, anything you want. Just remember though, we did 1 part frozen limeade, 1 part rum, and then 1 part water.
Right.
So we're going to make it a cocktail. 1 part frozen limeade, 2 part lemon lime soda, or 1 part frozen limeade, 2 part tonic water. Okay. Because we had 2 liquids in the first one. And then throw in your fruits in after that and ice and just blend it up and you have a frozen mocktail. And what I like about using lemon lime soda or tonic water, things like that, it kind of gives a fizziness to it. So it really does make you feel like you're drinking
something special
beverage. Right.
Yeah. And what if you throw juice in there and then, okay, wait, whoa. Okay. What if you did all of the blendies, right? With the concentrate and all the situations. What if you threw juice in that puppy, right? And then when you put it in the glass, you kind of like make it like a thick kind of slushy. And then over top, you pour a little bit of fizzy water. Is that delicious?
It's well, I like that only because sometimes you may not want things that are too fizzy. And just adding that little fizziness makes it sometimes feel like an actual cocktail. So you can do that also. You don't have to. So I think the point is you can play with it.
Yeah.
So you can do anything you want with it. You know, you can do limeade and you can put, you know, when you put the limeade in there, if you want to put some lemon lime soda and then you want to put like pineapple puree in there or mango puree, you know, like the juices that you can get in the grocery stores. You can go ahead and put those in there also. Throw in your frozen fruit. You can add any fruit blend you want and mix it up. Just remember, if you're going to use the frozen lime concentrate, you always just want that 2 parts liquid. Just because it's going to be very strong.
It's strong.
Of that limeade flavor if you do not do the 2 parts liquid.
Absolutely.
And it just makes it really, really easy. But what I love is it's really refreshing and just delicious. So
summer in a glass.
It is summer in a glass. And if you put them in your margarita glasses that you got at the dollar store that I've been telling everybody about.
Why aren't they paying you to talk about this? I don't understand.
Why is Dollar General not banging down my door? I have no idea.
Oh,
by the time they come around, it's going to be too late.
What? Why is that?
Too famous.
He'll be going to Pottery Barn.
Yeah, that's right. I've been talking about Pottery Barn margarita glasses.
Oh my gosh. And then like, I want to talk about making these, like giving them pretty outfits. Like, I feel like a margarita needs an outfit. I mean, you know, down and dirty, of course, doesn't need it, but it really benefits from one.
Sure.
Right? So these rims, like how can we make them interesting? We can make them spicy. We can make them, how do we do this, Eric?
Rims are easy, Mariela. You can get some, so I prefer a sugar rim over a salt rim. With the sugar, you can go ahead and throw in some lime zest. You can throw lemon zest in there. You can mix it with your sugar.
I love it.
And then you can go ahead and just dip the top of your glass into it. You just want to rim the glass with some lime juice or lemon juice, something that'll stick to it. And then go ahead and just rim the glass that way.
And you can do this with any freeze-dried fruits.
You can do freeze-dried fruits.
With it?
Yep. Mix it with the sugar.
Ooh, how about Pop Rocks?
Oh, that's kind of fun.
That'd be fun. I would do that.
It might start popping in your glass though when it gets liquid
Yay!
added to it. So yeah, you could do Pop Rocks also. There's a lot of great ways that you can make this a fun drink. And whenever you have the drink rimmed, it could be the mocktail, it could be our cocktail, anything.
Yeah, and you can make it salty with salt, and then you can add like spices to it, the tahini, or we can add, I don't know, what could we add that's interesting?
You can add cayenne pepper to it if you want to make it like salty and spicy. You can actually do cayenne pepper and sugar.
Oh, I like that.
Right, which would be like kind of like a sweet spiciness to it. You can do that.
I like a spicy margarita.
I think it just depends, like, you know, which way your margarita is going and what you want to do with it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I think this is another fun time right here.
I like
feel
it.
like for some reason, I feel like this is more evening. I don't know why. Is it the blue cheese? It's just like a sexier ingredient, more nighttimey. Is
It's
it
like
me?
it's like an evening gown or having to wear a coat at a fancy restaurant type of thing. I think the crostinis are definitely something you serve at like a gathering indoors, or I mean even outdoor. This is not something you normally would take to a beach with you.
Right. So I'm like after 5 o'clock, right? We're gonna have crostinis and daiquiris.
I mean, I'll have crostinis and daiquiris at noon, but after 5 o'clock, yeah, that's definitely because I think it's just something Madi, maybe not even after 5 o'clock. This is like an 8 o'clock thing because
Yes.
we're not serving dinner. And so I'm always in the belief that when you're entertaining and you're not serving dinner, you make it later in the evening so people know to eat something before they come and see you. And this actually keeps your entertaining really dollar friendly because budget. You're not purchasing to make a meal for so many people. You're just doing
a little nosh.
Right. It's a little nom.
Ooh, nom nom nom. Okay, well, this sounds like a party I want to go to, and I'm very much looking forward to eating these again. I haven't had them in very, very, very long time. You haven't made this for me in years.
Yeah, it's been a while. We'll make them for you when you and I get together.
Yes.
And film and show people what we look like.
I know. I can't wait.
How exciting it's going to be because we're also on YouTube now, Madi.
Yes. And now we're just audio, but soon we're going to be live people.
Yes. Because we are going to get together and we are going to have a lot of fun in my kitchen. So.
Yes. So we're going to be having live videos for all of these things we keep talking about. And we are so excited to share it with you. And we cannot wait to crank all this stuff
I'm just excited to hang out with you too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
We're going to cook. We haven't cooked in a long time together.
Yeah, we haven't cooked together in a while.
We used to do that when we were young just for fun. And now here we are, younger and better than ever.
Better than ever for sure.
Well, this is it for us today. This is a nice short episode where we are going to encourage you to have a good time. Have a good time. Forget about what the news says. Forget about whatever things cost and have a good time with your friends.
Enjoy it.
Yes. And we're going to continue.
Summer is upon us.
Yes. And we're going to continue this summer situation. I don't know how much longer, but we're definitely going to do it again next week because we're having a good time. We're having a real good time with this summer stuff.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of good summer episodes
left in us
before we move on from summer, but we definitely don't want to rush summer. We want to enjoy it.
Yes.
And all the fun. And I know we got an email recently asking questions, so we're going to answer those soon.
Yes, I have actually. I had a request and I'm going to fill it. And, but I want to report back because I like to do my homework. I'm a good student.
Yes.
So it might have to do with sugar. Maybe.
That's right. Sugar, brown sugar. But so email us, ask us your questions. I love seeing them come in.
Or just tell us what you're doing. I want to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe we can try it. I mean, I'm so open to new things. I love trying new recipes. So come on down, leave us a review over on Apple Podcast, follow us and leave us a little fun comment. You can leave us a voicemail. Everything will be in our show notes and we love hearing from you.
We do.
Have a great week.
Happy summer.
Yes.